Greetings everyone and welcome to Republic of Pirates, a most promising city builder that I've been waiting for because it combines a lot of mechanics that we're already familiar with into a redefined game. In this game, you build multiple cities on islands, manage logistics and production, build fleets, hunt ships on the high seas, and experience the Golden Age of Piracy. This is a sponsored Let's Play series and I like to show you gameplay of the campaign. There is also a sandbox where you can freely build, settle and conquer the world to your liking. The game is coming out on June 19th and there's also a demo available already. Don't forget to check out the link in the video description. Now before we dive in, as I said, there is the campaign that we can play on different difficulty presets here, and also it is all predefined, right? We're following a mission along and become basically the best pirate in the world. Embark on an adventure to establish and grow an inviolable Republic of Pirates. There's also the sandbox mode, the free play available, where we can actually choose between different islands, right, on a massive map. We can then settle on these islands here, build cities and conquer the world as well. So if you're interested in this game, we're also going to have a look at this game mode there. Without further ado, let's actually jump into the campaign. Go, 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 go.
Greed. It tears us all down eventually. Heck, that's what this is all about. We rob, we plunder, we kill, all for a bit more wealth and another day of freedom. But we all know the truth. There's only one way out of this pirate life. And if it's not at the end of a rope, it's usually a shot in the back from a pistol of a crewmate. The Republic of Pirates was meant to be different, but the greed got to them too. Turning on one another like that. Damn shame what they did to your old man. And now they're carving up the archipelago between the three of their crews. Lucky Jack Howell and the self-proclaimed Raiders of the Caribbean, Scar and his gallows men, and Matilda Barbero, leader of Los Guerreros. They had it all. Spanish gold by the galleon and a nice slice of the Caribbean to call home. They couldn't play nice, could they? Well, if it's revenge you want, I'm with you. I owe your old man that much. We're one ship against 3 fleets, but they aren't expecting us. We'll make for the archipelago and set up on an isolated island before they get wind of our intentions. Revenge for your father, and the chance to build something better. This is the archipelago, all right. But it's far too dangerous to continue out in the open. Let's stick to the shallows for now.
Alright, and here we are now in the game itself, in the very beginning. And yeah, we're starting with a small ship right now on the tactical map. And we are sailing right now. Debris collected right over there. There's some gold, some doublons as they're called, and also some planks. Of course, I'm going to collect as many things as possible because it's all going to help us out in the base building then, once we start with that. There's also a bit of that. We can also see our first ship here, a cog. It's rather small. It's nothing too fancy yet. And like yes, we were able to escape.
The archipelago's in chaos after the collapse of the Republic. We'd better hunker down on Galley Island for now. Come up with a plan. Let's start with a dock to house our supplies.
And here we are now on this, on this first mission, really, this introductory mission. The beginning, a dock has to be built, and we can already see a lot of similarities to other games that we love. And in this case here, we do have workforce, right? So right now, laborers is our only available workforce. We have no upkeep right now. We got some doubloons, we got some planks and building materials, and we got this fancy island here of ours. Galley Island it is. It has, well, dried herbs and salt deposits. Also, wood, timber, and sugar grows nicely on this island. And we need to start with a dock to call our home.
If we want to take the fight to our old companions, we'll need men. There are plenty of rough and ready types looking for work, so long as we give them somewhere to stay and something to do.
Alright, so a place to live we need. Yeah, for that we need to start with a dirt road, you called it. And the dirt road will make sure that we can build something. And yes, we can actually have a nice triple road, and I would like to have this one. Right? We might actually add some ornaments to this one then, but for now, just for the structure, it's just nice to have something like that. A dirt road it is. Also here along the shore, I would like to have a road, right, so where we can then have something. And then we need to start with the first huts. 5 of them I would like to build. So let's actually build 6 to finish the block. There they are. And these are my first laborers now. They want fish, they want the marketplace, and they want ropes. Also, in their wants, they want rum and they want brothels. This one here, the wants, that's something like that's, yeah, for happiness. This increases their income quite a bit, right? The taxes they pay. And the needs are required so that we can upgrade these huts here to the next level then as well. That's really important to know. Now, marketplace needs to be built as well. Let's just go ahead and do something like that. The marketplace has a certain range. We can also see this depicted on the road, and let's just see that we get most of the beginning then into this, right? So I can actually build a few more houses here. Let's make another block there, a smaller block, and then we can have a nice marketplace just here somewhere along the main road, really, also to finish this block then. Along the main road. And also, I would like to have a double road then here somewhere. So another bigger road, a crossroad more or less. And there's the marketplace, where people gather and purchase the goods they need. Retrieve the debris from the sunken ship. Let's just have a look outside. That's somewhere out here. So we sank a ship, right? It's a bit further away. There's some debris on the way. There it is. And we can sail over there. While the ship is on its way, we could continue with some more roads over here. Because I really want to get the positive upkeep there somehow. Figurehead, we got some ornaments, the first ones, some planks and some doubloons as well. Very good. Now we can build a figurehead. This is actually an ornament, so there's lots of them, right? And this is one of the first ones that we can add then to the city. And yeah, I think having this one somewhere here at the main road just fits nicely in.
Salvaging materials from wrecks is good and all, but we've got plenty of resources at our fingertips on the island too. We'll need a steady supply of wood for what's to come.
So my first industry, a woodcutter we need, and yeah, let's just find us a suitable location for this. For that, I would like to continue with my main road here and here. And this one probably goes then into a single road over here somewhere. We also have a salt deposit over there that we can then harvest. Very nice. And let's go ahead and build us that first construction industry. And for this, actually, we do need a woodcutter, right? So lots of trees around it. And then also a saw mill. There you go. Let's connect them.
Should set a couple of the lads to moving goods from place to place.
Also, we need a depot as my next building then. Only with a depot do we transport resources around.
The more we provide for our workers, the happier they'll be. The happier they are, the more they'll contribute. Cutthroat pirates have needs too, you know.
And there we are. The first timber is already being transported. And yes, these are physical goods that we see transported here on the roads, right? This is not just some empty animation, but that's the actual resource that's being delivered right now to the sawmill. There it is. And now the sawmill also starts to work. it takes 10 seconds to produce 1 plank. Or 3 planks. There it is, 1 plank. And with that, the next log is already coming in. And yeah, I think we'll need... Oh, there's 3 logs, so this is way faster, obviously. And with that, we have the plank production up and running. This costs me though, so we need to get more taxes in. And for this, let's have a look at the needs and wants. And fish is the basic one that they need as well. So let's just go ahead and provide us a nice fishery.
Barrels not far from the coast. It might be nothing, but it could be something too.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and also add a road then here for these buildings. Alright, there's lots of debris. Let's collect them. Also very cool. Every building we can upgrade, right? To increase its storage and its capacity. Ultimately to make it more efficient. Let's just collect those things. We can also speed up time if we want, up to 3 times. And then we have fish provided, and then we also found the treasures.
Well, the barrels were empty, except for a bunch of letters from the British West Indies Company about claiming some island or another. Nothing that mentions treasure. Mary Connor. Here's someone you want on your side in a fight. She's a tough old gal, can hold her own in a naval battle or a tavern brawl just the same. The men all look up to her. She was once at Jack's right hand. He must have done something really stupid to piss her off. Besides knocking off your old man, that is. If we're going toe-to-toe with the former Republic, we could do with her directing our ships and not theirs.
So there's a nice captain for
John,
us.
is that you? Thank God I found you here. Jack double-crossed me. Well, I was trying to betray him first and he found out, so... Anyway, the fair lady's in a pretty bad state. Help us out, won't you?
Here we have another type of ship. The bark. Let's get it in and let's repair it with the planks that we have.
Captain, the men reported several ships heading directly for us. Looks like we've been discovered. Let's put the fair lady's firepower to some use.
Let's use both of my ships, actually. And we also have the tactical map unlocked, right? So we can see that there's some ships coming. So these are all islands now in this game session here that we have. And yeah, we can see where ships are, where islands are, and where we could go. There's the attack. Also, every ship has special abilities, like a salvo. And also like the scatter shot here. That's especially the cog that is actually doing quite a lot of damage with that. Vandalust is called as well.
Thank you, Captain. I think the lads and I are in a capable pair of hands with you. We'll be staying a mite longer if you don't mind. How about a drink to celebrate living one more day, eh?
There you go. Let's keep the ships in the harbor area and interact with the hub. Let's continue also what these guys here want. So we need to provide now rum and ropes to these guys. No idea what these guys need ropes for. There seems to be lots of hanging. But we'll just see. And of course also some rum. And let's continue also with some structuring of my city here. And build a few more huts. Then I think we might add... Could have another one here and then another block here, right? Keep this one kind of like symmetrical, even though of course a pirate haven should not be symmetrical really. And I could also have another block here just by the marketplace, using all the planks that we have so far. And then we need to find ourselves a decent location for the first industries, right? And that would be probably over here. So a few plantations perhaps that we can add to this area then. For that, once again, let's go ahead with a depot. that I can have just over there. Rope maker, that's fine as well. And let's go ahead and build the rope maker. It needs a hemp plantation. Lucky us, we do have hemp fertility on this island. And then also a rope maker right here. I'm building a rope maker first, actually, because we can have then the hemp plantation here, and I can have several of these buildings then here as well, right? So we can continue with the expansion then of this industry, if you want that. I'm going to skip those tutorial messages. If you're playing the game for yourself for the first time, it's very usable to use them, but for me, I don't need them right now. Let's go ahead. 72 fields we need for this one, so that's also mechanics that we know and that we love. And in this case here, hemp plantation is now starting to work. And that produces then ropes. At the same time, we also need some rum. This is actually now a wants resource, right? Let's actually have this on the other side here of this block. So once again, I can have several of these then here if I want to upgrade that. And let's go ahead and have also a sugar plantation here. The sugar plantation also needs 72 fields.
Lovely Isabella Rojas. Cunning, pragmatic, seductive. Everything a good madam needs to be. She worked under Jack for a long time, but he never could see past her soft skin and appreciate the tact and charm underneath. I'm glad she gave that lecherous prick a taste of his own medicine. The brothel girls trust Isabella with their lives, and she does everything in her power to make them comfortable. I think she'll be invaluable to our cause. Just try not to fall for that alluring look in her eyes, you hear?
Captain, I'm happy to make your acquaintance. My name is Isabella, and I have a proposition which might be of interest to you. The men need a little distraction, wouldn't you say?
So what do you have in mind? A brothel that was unlocked now. There you go. And the next production up and running now. That we can have then over here. Now, while that is all working and all nice and dandy, so there's 2 resources coming in now, the ropes already. We need a few more laborers, that means a few more huts, and also we need now the brothel. So the brothel is a service building, right? And thus it needs to be rather central so that we can reach a lot of people. So let's just have this one across the road here to the market square. I'm going to build it a bit like that so that we have room for another service building in here as well. Probably making this block like that, so we can still add some huts then here as well. And yeah, on that side, gotta make sure that we have lots of buildings in those service areas. With that, we have reached all the needs here except the rum.
The bordello is open for one day, and the girl is dead. I will not stand for this. You either kill the prick who did it and make an example of him, or provide protection for the rest of the girls.
Alright, so here we get a mission that gives me options. It is too soon to start turning on one another. Will provide more protection. The upkeep will increase. Or one death demands another. He'll be made to pay publicly. And we need to build a new decoration. Let's also do this. Better than an upkeep, right? And he needs to pay the bugger. We need to build a skeleton cage. Let's just have the skeleton cage, not by the brothel, right? That would be a bit too strange. Actually, let's have it here by the mountain. I think we can nicely squeeze it in. There you go. So that's a little hanging plaza that you can have here, right? There you go. Publicly displayed. Right over there. Let's also have... Do we have planks? We still have planks, right? We have plenty of planks. Let's have another bigger block here. I wonder where I got this layout from. There you go. For a lot more people. Now, of course, these people consume, and we need to keep consumption and production in check. And for this, we also have an overview. So let's have a quick look at that. We are producing now 2 rope per minute, and we consume 1, right? The same goes with the rum, and the same goes with the fish. So as long as we are having a higher production than consumption, we will be fine on that matter. We need to constantly check this, of course, especially when I expand, right? Provide workers with rum. What's going on? Shouldn't this be in by now? We have the rum production up and running. And there it is. Takes a bit of time for this to ramp up. It's also nighttime, so we have a nice day and night cycle. And this really should be coming in now. There it is. Perfect.
Jack knows where I am and is coming for me. I won't run away again. Let's prepare for his arrival.
This also opens up my defensive structures that we have. And there we have them. A defensive tower. And that's kind of like harbor towers, right? That defend ourselves. So we can build one over here somewhere. And I would probably also like to have one over here somewhere so that we have the harbor. Or we should keep them together. I think this would make more sense, right? Or we have him on the other side. Let's have it on the other side for now. Securing the whole harbor area.
Lucky Jack Howell. What a cowardly shit of a man. If treachery and deceit wore skin, it would look like this prick. Never one to enter a fight with the odds stacked against him, he prefers to meddle from a safe distance. Jack doesn't look you in the eye when he pulls the trigger. He gets someone else to do it, usually a friend. Even with all the crews he's double-crossed or swindled, he's somehow avoided waking up with a dagger in his eye. That's why they call him Lucky. That luck has to run out sooner or later.
And we have a full attack on our young base. And unfortunately my ships don't stand a chance. However, he's not going to attack because we have our towers. Very nice.
Well, well, don't you look familiar? I'm sorry for what happened to your father. Awful accident, that. Don't let it put any silly ideas like revenge in your head. This archipelago is ours. Make any trouble, and something might just happen to you, too.
So, there's no avoiding it. Jack knows we're here. The way I see it, we either pack up and leave, or we pick up the pieces, repair our fleet, and take the fight to the bastards that wronged us twice. What's it gonna be, Captain?
Of course, we're fighting back. And for that, we need to start ship production, and we get a shipyard that I can build right away. If I have the planks. We need a lot of planks also for the ship construction. So it is advisable, at least in my opinion, to build a second planks production, right? So we have the woodcutter. Let's have another woodcutter over here by the mine, more or less. There you go. And then we can have a second sawmill. And yeah, let's actually not get into the radius. As we can see, if I'm getting into the radius, we're reducing the effectiveness of this lumberjack. And that's something I definitely don't want to have. We can actually build it over there and have a road connection with it then as well. And this road continues then all the way into this cliff area over here, where we do have another salt deposit and some more coastal areas. That's going to be useful. Also, we need to start with the sail making. So let's go ahead and do this. This actually needs cotton. And for this, we need a new area. I would like to use this one here already, where we are, right? So it makes a bit of sense. Oh, wait a second. Here we have a problem. These guys need to be connected, I think, with the harbor right away. There you go. Only now does it work, right? So we could delete this road there again. There you go. And yeah, I do need the sail making. I probably would like to use this area once more, because we do have space, right? So let's go ahead and make a sail maker. I'm probably going to need two at some point here. Let's start with the first one, and then also a cotton plantation. Pretty sure we can squeeze in two here as well. There you go. That's number one, of course. And let's also have then those 72 cottons again right here along the road. Just a perfect location for this, really. And then we can have a second one here too. I don't think we need more than that. What we need though is the next workforce, and that's hired hands. Right now we're using 138 labor still that we have in our pool. However, this production here needs helping hands, and for that we need, for this higher tier production, right, hired hands, and for this we need to upgrade our people. So let's just go back to my town. Let's quickly check what my people still need or want. And in this case here, We can actually change the day of time. That's super nice feature, by the way. Back to morning again. It's been a dark for a bit too long. Very good. And in this case here, we have everything they want, right? Everything they need. A bit confusing to me. And everything they want. So both of these. And with that, we can upgrade them. There's an upgrade tool, so we can make this a bit easier for us. Perfect. Let's upgrade the first block here of these guys to the hired hands. Costs me a few planks, but that's okay. With that, we're getting a lot more taxes in, and we get the next workforce in. But of course, every single one of these huts that we upgrade is also reducing my available laborers population again. So we need to always manage this one out, those first two populations here. And they do need now meat, clothes, candles, and a prison. Also, a tavern and hammocks as a new want. Good. Perfect. So all of this, we have now positive workforce, we have a sail production up, we have a very good plank production up. So I think for me, we can now go ahead and build us the shipyard. A huge building. There you go. Let's also get it a road. And now we have the shipyard available, and we can now build ships. And shipbuilding is a bit different, right? So we have the different options here of ships that we can build, so that we can see all types of ships that we have right now. Brigantine all the way up to the frigate as the most powerful ship here. And all of them have different statistics here, as we can see, right? And also then we need to assign a captain. However, we don't have a captain yet, and without a captain, we cannot build that ship. Right, so first of all, we need to figure out how we get a captain. For this, we need to restore an ancient ruin first. And we do this in the next episode of Republic of Pirates. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you enjoyed, don't forget to check out the link in the video description. This is the campaign mode. If you enjoyed enough, we're also going to dive into the sandbox mode then, where we have pure base building at hand. I think the game is really solid, and we definitely should dive into this. Onwards to the next episode. Stay tuned.